me give you an example of how protocol was deviated from rather intensely. We've all seen the video of him being perp walked in front of hundreds of people, reporters from just about every, newspaper within 100 miles or whatever. Right. So it's a big crowd. That's for investigative purposes. And I was never a detective. This is just kind of common knowledge among cops, and it should meet standards of common sense. Is that you have witnesses who gave artist renderings. You have people who say that they saw the shooter. Gave descriptions of them. Suspects, not all of them did, but some of them did. There were other witnesses and things like that. You get a person who you're pretty sure is the guy. You're supposed to bring him in the back door and make sure that nobody sees him until you can get some identifications done, right? You want to put him in a lineup. You want to show people, witnesses.
Good point.
Photograph arrays, so that they can pick him out.
He was once they
see his face all over the television.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can't go through any of those identification procedures anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
If he would have changed his story 2 days later and said, no, it wasn't me, I must have been high or drunk or whatever. I didn't do any of this. They would have had a real problem. Berkowitz is a crackpot, and anybody who is doing the things that he was clearly doing shouldn't be taken at their word for anything. But especially when it's what you want to hear, right? They all want to sit down. They wanted to hear him say, "Yeah, it was all me. It's over with. You guys cracked the case. It's done. You did a great job. Now run out and get your promotions." They want to hear him say that, So he shouldn't be taken at his word. They're dying for a body to march in front of the cameras so they can step up to the podium and say, "It's over with. Now get back to liking me and considering voting for me." And I'm not saying that they didn't really believe that it was one killer. The situation was sort of set for one person to be caught, marched in front of the cameras, and everybody to be told that it's all over with. You know what I mean? Right. But that still doesn't justify the massive deviations from standard operating procedure that we witnessed on the night that he was caught. It doesn't. You know what I mean? So it's not at all.
Because I disagree again.
Yeah, but I mean, look, if you want to see how dominant politics was in the situation, just look at the fact that all of them got promotions afterwards. What are they all getting promotions for? What did they do? I mean, the guy got a parking ticket. It was the residents of Wicker Street and Warburton Avenue that did most of the investigative work. So I don't think we'll ever be able to exclude to an absolute certainty, or even to a considerable certainty, that other people were somehow accomplice to the crimes. And I think the only thing that could have done that would have been a proper investigation once they had Berkowitz. And that would have involved hiding him from the cameras, doing lineups, doing doing lineups, doing photo arrays, getting the people who saw him at the scenes to identify him and say, "Yep, that's him." I'm certain that's him. That would have gone a long way towards saying, "Yeah, it was all him." But they never did any of that. And when you listen to those interviews conducted by the DA's office in '79, it's all, so now that you've seen him on TV and you saw him in the courtroom and all that stuff. Right. Is that the guy? Are you sure? And that's the most worthless kind of identification that there is. At one point, one of the girls even says, "Oh yeah, now that I've seen him and I've seen him acting the way he did in the courtroom, I'm sure of it. I have no doubt." That's worthless. You saw the guy in handcuffs, in courtroom, being charged with the crimes, acting like a lunatic in the courtroom. You can't put that together and say, "Oh, that's the guy I saw the night of."
It's shallow.
Anthony, do you think it's because it was so high profile, they just wanted to parade him like a trophy and go, "Look, we got the guy"?
Sure. This goes back to the Charles Lindbergh case. If
it had been anyone less high profile, he would have been scooted around the back. No one would have seen him.
The mayor is the commander-in-chief of the police department. Once he steps up publicly and takes a position like that, like it's over, we got him. Neo and a lot of others sometimes question the lack of reports suggesting a narrative to the contrary. I said, well, once the commander-in-chief of the department, digs into a position like that, well, everybody else, the chiefs, the detectives, whoever is involved in any potential investigation would be going against their commander-in-chief's position if they were to write such a report, espousing another theory or something like that. So you're not going to see anything like that. They don't go against the grain. That whole reopening by the DA's office in Queens is what I call a shoe shine. It's meant to look like they're actually conducting a real thorough investigation this time, but really all they're trying to do is to arrive at this, they're trying to reinforce their initial conclusions because they don't want to look like idiots. So, you know, from the second the mayor takes that position, that it's all over, tells everyone to, you know, sleep well tonight.
I don't know who brought him in there. Why didn't you set it up to bring him in the back?
I don't think that's not right, right?
How you wait out there waiting for 6 hours and you give it front first late.
Where's Harvey? He was stuck in the back door. He walked in that door. So give me any shit. It's all over. It's done. You interested in listening to me or you want to talk?
Go. Talk.
He has been photographed. To the top of his head, he's 5'8". To the top of his hair, he's 5'9". He's now being strip searched. And the rest of the details will go on in time. We'll let you know when he moves from here to court.
Frank, can you come over and repeat that, please? Oh, don't respond to that. It always is a rock. Which idiot thought that up?
Hey, fuck you. You want to argue about idiots? I'll argue personally with you. You son of a bitch.
Tell him.
Stop putting my shit on me. We made more fucking opportunities tonight than you've had in 100 years.
Frank, would you make your statement?
And don't pull it again. Last statement or another
Would you
one?
make your statement? No.
Same thing, over again.
What is
He has gone upstairs to begin the booking process, which includes initially his photograph. He's 5'8" to the top of his head. He's 5'9" to the top of his hair. He is now being searched. Fingerprinting will take place afterwards. All the other things are involved. I will tell you when he moves from here to court. I will tell you when he moves from here to court. I will tell you, and then after that, it's up to the courts.
Frank, come over here a second.
Herbie, I'm not listening to any bullshit. We have more opportunities tonight than shut down. Get it.
We have the guys behind the goddamn barricade.
Frank,
Are we going to examine?
You gotta do it for the people now. Come on. Stop. Frankie D.
There'll be another one.
Ballistic tests were made about 5 o'clock. The gun that was tested tonight produced the same bullet that killed Stacy Moskowitz.
when you asked this man what his name was, what was his response to the statement?
There'll be no comment on what his statements were.
We understand. Frank, what will he be charged with?
He'll be charged with possession of weapons and with the homicide of Stacy Moskowitz.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.
No, you're not going to see him again here. Next opportunity is on
Frank, can we get him in? We get him going out. We set it up. We have the guys cooperate with you.
We have set it up. We have a better attitude.
Did you see what happened? The guys were all behind the barricades. Everybody was all behind the barricades. The captain did a hell of a job. Everybody was completely cooperating. The next thing we knew, he was behind us. Everybody charged around, and that's why you got that situation, right? No other reason.
That's right, Frank.
No, Frank, for Christ's sake, you want to see it? I got it on tape.
Frankie, let me explain that. Okay? You're not set up here on the side of the barricade.
From now on, the district attorney's case is no longer a police department case, okay? The man has been captured, the police department has done its job, and from now on, it's in the hands of the district attorneys of the respective counties that have to prosecute. We cannot tell you any more than that. If you want to get pictures of the man coming out, it may take you 6 or 7 hours, or 5 or 6 hours, whatever. Just be there when it happens. That's all I can tell you.
Is he going to be here for 6 or 7 hours?
He's going to be booked here, and then he's going to be moved to court.
What's he being
We
charged?
will try to set it up here so that you can
Listen,
get your
try to
shots.
listen to the captain.
We'll try to set it up so you can get your shots when he leaves. It'll be probably sometime between an hour and 2 hours before he leaves, at least. We'll set it up.
Thank you, Captain.
We'll let you know in advance.
You're doing a great job.